working. They're working. Right, I'm here. I've just been lucky enough to bump into a real astronaut, so I'm going to ask him some questions. This is the realest astronaut I have ever seen in my life. Right, and let's see if we can get any sense out of him. Excuse me, sir. Can you answer some questions about telling lies, about going to the moon and being in outer space? Can you tell me why you're telling people the Earth's a globe? Nothing? No comment? Can you show me some bendy water? You're the realest astronaut I've ever seen in my life. Look at that, do you believe it? Handsome fucker. He's not only the realest astronaut I've ever seen in my life, he's the best looking. The fittest I've ever seen. Aye, not bad. When you next going to Mars, mate? No comment. You're just like the rest. At least what you say makes some sense. Look. How about that, eh? Look at a selfie. He's a big cunt. What size him? How's it going, people? He's alright. He's not getting any proof that the Earth's a globe either. What's going on? Bound to meet somebody that's going to offer us some proof if we know. So, anybody that wants to know where that is, I'm in Largs, Scotland, on the west coast of Scotland. I'll show you where I'm at. I was maybe going to hang about here to watch the sun going down over the fucking dip of the earth. I don't know if I can be bothered hanging about that long. Can you see me? Is it windy? Oh, I've got the text here. Can you see me alright? Is it windy or what? Listen, riddle me this. That's the best interview you're ever going to get off a fucking somebody in one of these suits. Right? That is the most sense you're ever going to get. That one there is the only one that's got the balls to talk to me. Right? The rest of them are fucking pussies. How's it going? Is it windy? I hate watching videos when all you hear is that. Yeah, I'm just walking back to the bike. I'll show you where I'm at. See if I can get some people to speak to while I'm here. Right, I'm going to flip the camera. Just show you where I'm at. I am on the moon. I think there's many people here that are on the moon, to be honest with you. Well, that, they're just wired to it. Jaywalking, that's right. That doesn't exist here, twitlet. This isn't a pussy country. We don't get each other into trouble for walking across the road. Oh, it's the Blue Lagoon. It's a chip shop in Largs. I've meant to take videos of that thing before, but I thought while I'm here. Oh, you'll get a piece now. Aye. My back. Bendy water, that's right, Pat Mustard. Look at it. It's just that bit that's flat. It bends just beyond that flat bit, I promise. I'm going to get back to my bike here, and I'll sit and I'll make a wee smoke, and I'll see if anybody wants to speak to me. Right. There's me there. Right, man. That's me. That's me right there. Looking alright, is it? See if any of these guys will speak to me. Alright guys, alright, don't mind me filming, do you? I'm live on YouTube right now. Have any of you ever heard of the flat earth? You ever heard of it? You ever heard of anybody asking about it? No. See, bikers are grumpy fuckers. Guys. It's nice, isn't it? If there's any globe morons and largs, I'm going to be here for a bit now. Why do you not come and speak to me? Pretty sure there's some local to this. Right, I need to find somewhere to sit down. People are looking at me because I'm talking to myself. You know, I'm concerned about people thinking me. Don't want them to think I'm crazy.
Sorry?
Right, I'll sit down here. Sure this couple will not think I'm mental for talking to myself. I'm live on YouTube, so... You ever heard of flat earth?
I've not, mate.
You ever questioned the world you live in?
Always.
You ever questioned the shape of it? Do you mind me filming you?
If you want.
Aye. You ever questioned the shape of the earth?
No.
Yeah? Are you a practical guy? You got a trade or?
Aye,
Would you?
engineer.
An engineer? If I was to say to you, have you ever seen a body of water that can curve? What would you say to that?
I don't know, mate. A waterfall.
A waterfall? Do you think a body of water can curve?
Find a body of water.
Out there. Any body of water, any contained body of water.
Don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You're an engineer, you don't know?
Nah. I don't think so.
Yeah?
No.
So I always say that to people, if they're telling us we live on a ball, how can you have bendy oceans?
Why? I don't know.
You don't know? You never thought about it then? Do you not care?
Well, I don't think that you could just sail over there and fall off, no.
What, fall off the edge?
Aye.
What makes you think there would be an edge?
I don't, because it's world's round on
What makes you think that?
it. Satellite pictures.
They're not real.
How do you know?
It's a composites. There's no actually real pictures.
You don't know what? You don't know what?
You don't know it?
You never took them.
Exactly, you've never been there either.
Exactly.
Right, so if I showed you pictures of unicorns, would you believe them?
Aye, man. She loves unicorns. Scottish national animal.
Aye, exactly. I remembered that last week actually, somebody reminded me of that.
Always.
So you don't think it's important if they were telling us lies about what the world is?
Aye, of course. But I think it is ruined.
Aye. So if I was just to push you and say, give me one reason for why you think it's run apart from pictures.
Don't know.
You don't know?
No.
But you're prepared to believe it?
Aye.
Aye. So does it matter to you?
Unless somebody else comes up with a better.
No, what if I says to you it was level? And that there might be other things beyond what we know?
No, I definitely believe there's other things out there. But this world, this planet, I believe is right.
Yeah.
Aye.
You believe it just because of the pictures?
Just because you are.
Just because of the pictures?
No, not just the pictures. All round. You know what I mean? That's what I've always known.
Same as us all, mate.
Aye.
There's loads
I've never been told otherwise.
There's loads of people now questioning it.
Aye.
And there's no proof that it's a ball, apart from the pictures.
exactly.
Aye.
What makes you believe it's flat?
Science. What I can test and observe for myself.
You tested it yourself.
Well, the place is covered in liquid and we know the physics of liquid. We know it's impossible for a body of liquid to bend. It's not got the ability to withstand that sheer stress.
It's inside your atmosphere.
Exactly.
Gravity that keeps it down.
What do you mean?
It's a gravitational field that keeps the water down.
What's a gravitational field?
Fuck's sake, mate, I'm not a scientist.
So what do you believe it for?
It's science, as you said.
It's no science.
Aye.
It's a pseudo-science. Science is what, if I claim something I can show you it.
Gravity is a science, but
How's that a science?
8.81 metres per second.
It's 9.2 or something like that. But that's the rate at which things fall. That's not the reason why they fall. They don't know the reason why things fall.
No,
They can just tell you the speed they fall.
it's just the atmosphere, what is it though?
But the air pressure.
Aye.
You're an engineer again, I'll ask you about air pressure, do you mind?
No, well, I've not really got a clue, but I'm...
You're an engineer that doesn't have a clue. Get hell, I don't want you fixing it, I mind.
Manufacturing engineer.
Oh, right, so you're a floor worker then?
Aye.
Right, okay. Right, so is this a new age term that they use to make things sound fancier?
I think so.
Aye. What do they call a cleaner now? Is that no something like a technical hygiene engineer or something?
What's your trade?
What's my trade? I was a mechanic to trade.
Oh, yeah.
Aye. No, I'm just...
What makes you film?
What makes me film it?
Aye, just...
Because I think it's usually important that they're telling us lies about where we are. I don't want my kids growing up in a place where they're getting fed bullshit.
Aye, fair play.
Yeah. Would you not say the same? You get kids?
No, not yet.
No yet. Would you want them to be lied to?
No.
Right, so that's why I think it's important. And what if there's more out there? What if there's other ponds, other land?
No, I believe that. We're only one universe and millions of universes.
Ah, but they make you think it's out there. It might be across the way.
Very true.
Yeah,
But you never know.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't know that it is flat, I don't know that it's round.
Well, I can test to know that it's level.
Aye, agreed. To a certain extent, but what about people, snipers in the army, know what I mean? They've got for the curvature of the earth.
But the Coriolis effect.
What?
It's called the Coriolis effect. Where people claim because the earth spins at 1,000 miles an hour, when they're firing long range shots, they've got to take that into consideration. It's utter bullshit. If you get in a helicopter and it took off, would the earth no spin underneath it?
No, because you're not going that fast.
Well, it's meant to be going 1,000 miles an hour at the equator.
Clue, mate.
Well, that's what they tell you. Does it make sense to you? They're telling you the earth's spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator.
Aye. Not got a clue, mate.
Not got a clue. So you don't care, you never look into it then, just happy to believe what they tell us.
I am. Pretty much.
Fair dues, my man. Some people are just like that. Too many other things going on, you know.
Aye, man.
Maybe I've just got too much time in my hands.
Maybe, mate.
Yeah, aye. Cheers for speaking to me, mate.
Not a problem, pal.
See, there you go, some people just don't care. Some people are just ignorant. Take care. Aye, thank you very much, my man. Take it easy.
Did you see your pages?
Beyond the imaginary curve. Check it out, my man. See, there you go. He's acting like he doesn't care, but just that wee interaction, he's now wanting to know what the name of the YouTube channel is. So I'm sure he'll go and check it out. Yeah. And that's just a spur of the moment conversation. It's not the best thing. You know, some people just get a funny attitude when you speak to them because they think you're going to rip the piss at them. And they're kind of standoffish, so sometimes you just need to kind of break that with people. Right, just bear with me, I'm going to make a wee smoke and then we'll see what's happening here. I might as well just keep you here with me, keep me company while I'm sitting here. I'll turn my phone round and I'm going to point it out at this lovely view I've got here. And I'll come and I'll look at the chat box once I roll my smoke, right? How's that? Ah, fuck it, that'll do, as you can see. So that? Monkeys in space, eh? This place is emptied since I arrived. I wonder if I've been getting warning leaflets through the door. If they see me, they have to vacate the area. Who have we got here? Mikey Smith, Jack Dunphy, Phuket, what are you doing, Nick? The Run Up, Holsey Cats, Split Second, Twitwick, Concerned Citizen. Sun's right above you now too, where are you? It's a great day. Flat Earth female, it's absolutely brilliant, long may it continue. Neil McCraw, Bandy Baldwick, how he's doing? Just Ask, Tommy Lee, Derpy Derp, Dill, who's asking? How you doing, Dale? It's been a good day, the day for once, exactly. It was nice yesterday. Apparently it's to be nice all week, so long may it continue, so I can say. You want me to read that out? I'm a wanker. Terry F-Bomb, how you doing? Level World. Sphere Skeptic, how's it going? Steve HV, how are you, mate? Ben D Waters. Alright, guys. Excuse me, guys. You've ever heard about this whole phenomena of people questioning the shape of the Earth?
Yes.
What do you think of it?
I can't really have an opinion, can I?
No? Do you mind if I film you? I'm on live on YouTube right now.
What are you going to ask me about?
I'm just going to ask you if you've heard about this and what you think of
Flat
it.
Earth.
Well, I say flat Earth's a loaded term, so I tend not to use that so much. But I want to ask
A
people
differently shaped Earth
a differently shaped
than
Earth.
the conventional shape.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you can film me, I'm fine.
Aye, that's excellent. So, where did you hear about this?
Internet.
Internet. And what's your honest opinion of it?
I mean, I don't think you can argue scientifically the Earth isn't a globe.
You don't think you can?
No.
If I ask you though, you know, this is I always find this problem with people when we define science and what we're actually talking about with science. So for me, science I always revert to the natural sciences.
Yep.
So it's to do with, you know, the natural substances of the world. So that when we make claims to each other, we're duty bound to demonstrate those claims. So if we make physical claims like the behaviour of certain substances,
Has to be based on physics.
we have to demonstrate it. So when I look out there right now at this abundance of that substance, we have liquid called water.
H2O.
We know beyond any shadow of a doubt that doesn't have the ability to conform to the exterior of shapes.
I mean, technically yes, but it depends on the weight of the water.
What do you
Depends what
mean?
kind of atmosphere you're in.
Well,
I mean, if we're talking physically, if you're in a different kind of atmosphere, if you're higher altitude, it can conform to that.
a higher altitude.
Yes, a higher altitude than this. If you're not at sea level, water can conform to the shape of the Earth or the shape of whatever it's in.
You think so?
Yes.
Where have you seen that?
Personally, in person at Crater Lake in Oregon.
So
The water dips down in the middle because you're at such high altitude, because you're in the middle of a thingy.
right. So you're talking about meniscus then?
Yes. No, I'm not talking about meniscus.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how water can conform to the shape of whatever it's in.
Oh,
or
aye,
whatever
but-
is containing it, or
yeah,
whatever
but,
it's in the
but-
part.
yeah, of course, but the surface of it is always level from
The
one
surface
point to
will
the
be
other.
level
From one point
unless
to the
there's
other.
movement. Yes.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. How possibly then could you bend a body of water to the exterior of a sphere?
Because gravity works.
What's gravity?
The force at which the atmosphere pulls things towards it.
So just as we spoke about when I said about the natural sciences and demonstrating these things, could you point me towards a practical demonstration of how a body of water can be convex and bend on a shape?
Without having a body of water with me, no, not really.
No.
'Cause,
But if
know,
I
don't
gave you a
carry-
body of water, you
I mean,
could.
if you can give me a globe and a massive amount of water, then yeah. I
So,
mean,
so you would need so something out in outer space in a
no,
vacuum.
no. I would just need something bigger than my hands and a wee bit of water, you know.
What size would you think you'd need?
I honestly couldn't quantify that. I'm not qualified
No.
to say that one. I'm not a physicist.
See, but if even if we test liquids and we depend on liquids' physical properties,
Right.
and we know it, as a fact,
Yep.
that any body of water from one point to the other has to be at the same elevation, or else
Okay.
it will flow,
Right.
because it doesn't have the viscosity or the strength to support itself,
Yes.
so it collapses and it
it will be
always
flat.
lays
Yep.
flat and level. So that one fundamental fact disproves the notion that you live
but
in a ball.
Can you explain to me how the water is kept in by the ice caps that are melting then? Because I know the theory that the Earth's a circle and it's surrounded by ice on the outside
Well,
that holds it all in.
that's a straw man. Do you know what a straw
Yes,
man
straw
is?
man fallacy. Yes.
Yeah, well, because I don't represent that, I don't make
Right.
those claims, and I've seen that being pushed, and
Yeah, I
people
mean-
adopt straw man
Right.
models. So my stance is, look, if I falsify a globe,
Sure.
realistically, my stance is we need exploration in order to
Yep.
establish the full dimensions of the place.
Okay.
So I couldn't answer any questions about ice caps
Right.
and ice walls.
Okay,
to be honest
then
with
a
you.
question. I wasn't trying to strawman you for the record. I just know that's
Yeah.
the general thesis
Yeah.
of it. Okay, so potentially then, to be able to do the exploration, you would have to see the entire planet itself at the same time. Why can you not do that?
Well, first you would have to prove to me that it's possible to get a picture of the full thing.
Okay. Well, I
Um,
mean, technically speaking, since space is infinite, it would be possible if it was a completely flat disk, it would be possible.
So you believe space is what they tell you it is then?
I believe that space is infinite. Yes.
So again, when I go back to, I look at that, I believed this for 36 years of my
Right.
life, right? And then I started to question my assumptions and my beliefs, and I went back to real science and
Okay.
looked at physics and I looked at practicality to see if these claims held up. Now they tell us that space is devoid of anything, there's no pressure in
Yep.
space, there's nothing. But yet we live in a pressurised environment.
Yes.
Okay, now when we go to physics, the first thing that you understand about creating pressure is you need a container.
Yes.
Okay, so if I need a container to create pressure, I live in pressure.
Yep.
If I'm going to take a pressurised container and put it into a vacuum and remove the container, I know that pressurised gas in there is going to equilibrate with the
Yep.
vacuum.
Yep.
But yet, we've to believe that in some unspecified scale, just because of these images, that we've to ignore natural physics and how reality actually works and believe absurdities like this pressurised environment exists without any containment and that it coexists next to an infinite vacuum.
I mean, but can you not think about it as the gases weigh differently, therefore they're going to isolate themselves? If you put oil in water, it will separate, right?
Of course.
So if you put these gases in with a vacuum, of course, some of it will escape, but you don't think it will contain itself with the amount of pressure that's being put on it?
No, because I don't have any practical...
I mean, you got to understand that a vacuum is negative pressure, right?
Yep.
It pulls in. So why would it be suddenly sucking all the air out when the pressure of it will hold it down? I mean, if you put air in a vacuum along with nitrogen, or let me use a better. Let me try and think of. Okay, we put helium in a vacuum. I'm trying to go back to physics and chemistry. If we put helium in a vacuum with air, the gases will separate. If you ignite it, the helium will
Of
ignite
course,
before the rest.
Right. Buoyancy, density,
Yes.
liquids and gases will separate into
Sure.
the
Yeah.
dense layers. But here's the thing, even when you're doing the tests within a vacuum,
It's not the same as the world.
no, but what do you require in order to create a vacuum?
A lack of everything. You need to
You need a
remove all
container.
pressure. Well, yes.
Right. So we know in physics
Okay.
that we need a container to create a vacuum and we need a container to create pressure.
Yes.
And if we remove the containers of the vacuum and the
And
pressure,
it's no
what
longer
happens?
vacuum. Yep.
What happens to the two of them? They
It's not
equilibrate.
pressurized anymore. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Evens out. Right. Let me rephrase the thing about it being infinite then. Let's say it is incomprehensibly large.
Right.
Because I mean, if you were to go in a spaceship, you would die before you got to the end of wherever it is. That's been proved. People have traveled beyond.
well, it's been told to us. It's
no,
not
but
been proven.
it has been proven.
By who?
People have died on spaceships. Like you've. That's a
Well,
fact.
That's
I mean, okay.
second-hand information.
Fair.
I'm a direct realist.
But
I
taking a
can't-
corpse out of a spaceship, can you not assume the middle ground there?
Well-
That someone is officially gone from being alive to dead. all
Well,
in
I
the spaceship?
try and remove this, as I say,
Right.
it's second-hand information, it's not my direct experience. In order to be a real natural scientist, I have to base things on what I can test and observe for myself.
Right.
Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Right.
So would you then say that you would get in a spaceship and travel for as far as you could just to prove it wrong? Because I mean, if you want to test this and prove it, then you would have to do it yourself, surely. If you're based on natural sciences,
Yep.
you can't disprove it without doing it yourself. Because you said you can only do it from first hand.
Well, if NASA,
So,
if NASA are willing to stick me in a
that's what I'm
rocket,
saying. I mean,
then fair enough. But
the argument's pretty void then, though.
but I
for
can
both of us.
claim NASA are lying.
Yes.
Because I can test the reality that I'm living in, and I
Yep.
know that the images they're depicting to me contradict my natural reality.
Sure.
So
Because I mean, this is what you're used to. You're not used to the things out there. Yeah, I understand that.
They're showing me the Earth as a whole,
Aye.
from somewhere they're claiming to go, right? So I'm saying their claim about space being a vacuum next to your pressurised
Right.
environment is impossible. I'm saying liquids do not have the ability to conform to the exterior of shapes.
Okay.
So that's a fact that disproves the claims they're making. So when I ask people this, when it comes right down to it, did you
Nope,
get
nearly.
shot? Missed
Close,
you?
close.
That was nearly a bit of luck. I mean, when it comes right down to it, I ask people this, and the main reason people want to believe, or they do believe, that the Earth's a
they
globe
don't
is
wanna think
because of the
beyond that.
images.
Yeah.
So when I ask, if you take away like any fallacy, like appealing to authority
Sure.
or appealing to hearsay,
Right.
and I ask you personally, could you give me your number one proof for why you think it's a globe? What would your answer be?
I mean, I think the fact that I said that you would be able to see the entire Earth, not just a slight section of it, if you get far enough away. Because I mean, if you're arguing that there's not a vacuum out there, the air is not pressurized, then you couldn't use the argument that atmosphere is what creates the illusion that it's a globe. Because from the pictures, it appears as a globe. From the live streams that you see of the International Space Station, it appears as a globe.
And do you think those are real?
Yes, 100%.
You think those are live shots from a
Yes.
space station in a vacuum?
Yes.
And you think there's actual pictures of Earth from space?
Yes, 100%.
Well, I've found none.
Really?
None. Absolutely none.
Is
Every
that
single
based
one's
upon
a
your natural science perspective, where you haven't seen it yourself, so therefore you can't?
No,
confirm
because they
it?
tell us that they're composites.
Okay. But have you not seen the videos and whatnot of the actual live streams from the International Space Station?
I've seen them.
I mean, it's the same thing that you're doing. They're on YouTube right now. You can
But-
see the actual live feed of what you're seeing, and it appears like globe.
But have you seen the movies like Mars and
Actually, no, I haven't.
Gravity and
No.
The Hollywood
I'm
depictions?
I'm not a big movie guy.
See, I'm the
can't say.
same.
I've
But-
watched
but I know that it
Interstellar,
can-
and that's about it.
Well-
but it's not really about this, is it? It's not.
No, but see, this is my point. If natural physics is showing me something
Right.
that's contradicting what these images are,
Sure.
should I abandon my
No.
natural observations in favour
No,
of the
you're-
images?
You're entirely entitled to make your own decision.
Exactly. So would you think I'm justified to
I think you're justified to
refuse?
have your own, your
Yeah.
own opinion. I might not agree with it, but I
Yeah.
think it's justified. Yeah.
Aye, fair enough, my man. Aye, excellent. Listen, I don't want to keep
Nice
you. I know
meeting
you're
you. Aye.
fine lady there.
No, it's fine.
Pleasure
Nice
speaking to you,
meeting you.
man.
You too.
Thank you very much. The live streams are tragic. Fuck you. Derpy derp. Fuck off. Somebody stole my seat. So, there you go. You get people who, understand exactly what it is you're saying. And it just comes right down to a choice. And I wonder why they want to make that choice of believing in absurdities. I think they might have emotional investment in these things, to be honest with you. It's kind of difficult to pinpoint. But see if I can find any other victims. Let me see. They can let me go if they want. Stick me in a rocket. That looked like P. Mars. A ginger P. Mars. In relation to a clock, Dale, to me, well, it depends on what your face. I don't understand that question. Exactly, spherical cow. I get the same thing when I do any kind of activism. You show them the facts and they agree to them, yet still deny reality. Exactly. So people know that you're justified in basing things on what you can practically demonstrate and test and observe for yourself. But as I say, some of these people are just so heavily invested emotionally invested in believing what they were fucking told. It's like, I don't know if there's something in the human psyche about balls and spheres that triggers them into, I don't know, having a passion for it. I don't fucking know. It's bizarre. Celtic 67, how you doing? Could he beat you in an arm wrestle, Dale? He looks strong, no chance, don't be silly. I'm fucking Superman. Rock Vibrations, how you doing? If you face direct south, where is the sun? So south is going to be, I think, there. I think south is that way. So the sun is there. Well, Bri, how people respond to the question of the shape of the earth defines their character. That guy was actually decent, respectful, and as I say, they start to realise that you're getting them into a corner on what science actually is about. And as you heard the young guy saying, you know, he agrees that, you know, in order to prove things to each other, we go to the natural sciences, we practically demonstrate things to each other. But yet when I start asking them for practical demonstrations of these claims that the globe makes, they start to scramble in their mind, desperately looking for something to, you know, avoid it or counter it, and it's just desperate measures, you know. But it's part of the process, is it not? Anyone smoking a cancer sick, you can get what? Oh, shut up, heavy micro grow. There's always these fucking social justice clowns out ready to tell everybody how they should and shouldn't behave and live their life. Fuck off, knobby. Right? You don't have a clue about the objective truth of your existence and what people should and shouldn't be up to. Right? Away you go, right? And greet into your wee pillar, because you're obviously a lonely fud. Okay? Lovely stuff. Fucking thought police, exactly, Stuart McKenzie. Idiots. Absolute morons. These are the types of people that want to control and manipulate, right? These are the types of people that perpetuate this bollock system that we're fucking living in. Fucking morons. Oh, I can't pass it. It's no one of them. It's just a rollie. I'm out on the bike. I wouldn't smoke any of that when I'm out on the bike. To be honest with you. People are wondering what I'm up to here. Talking to myself.
What's disgusting?
Looking at my phone and talking to myself. It is, Harry. It is disgustingly good. We need 00 scientists. 00 scientists might be making an appearance at places like this. 00 scientists is certainly going to make an appearance here. 00 scientists will be offering people money if they can practically demonstrate things. 00 scientists is going to have props and offer people 100 quid if they can pass the test. We'll see what they've got to say. Fills the screen. If I turn it sideways, would you want to see my face? Are you looking for material for later when you're in your bed? You want a panoramic shot of me? Is that what you're asking? Is it? I can't. It's awkward. I'm going to hold it like that. Nice weather. Freezing here in England. Oh, I don't feel sorry for you, I'm afraid. We've had our fill of that. I'm going to sit here in this wee walk. Good on you, concerned citizen, keep at it. No, you got to turn the what? The divide. A bar of rock. A 100 smackaroonies if you can bend the water exactly. I'm going to fill a wee device and I'm going to put a level line across it, and I'm going to ask them to bend the device, and I'm going to ask them to make the water bend with the device, and then I'm going to ask them why it's no bending, and then they're going to tell me why it's no bending, and then I'm going to point out to that big body of water and say, well, what makes you think that's bending? They're going to say gravity. Gravity does it. It's a fucking answer for everything. Do a right turn next time. Do a right turn. What is it you want to see? Exactly, Tony Dixon. I was here yesterday with the camcorder. I was here with the kids yesterday, and I had the camera right down about 3 inches off the water, and you can see the other side. The furthest point there is about 3.5, 4 miles, maybe 5 miles, I think, just to that furthest point out there. So I'll have a wee look through it, and I'll maybe show it on the next live. So I'm going to sit here for 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to get back in the bike and go up the road. So you're more than welcome to sit here with me. Still getting people looking at me as if I'm mental. Ask a woman, Dale. I will, but women pretty much don't like big tattooed biker guys just coming up and speaking to them with a camera in their face. You can get lifted here for stuff like that. Nice, good one, Dan W. How is the sun still so high here? I know. Well, that's me straight out. Wait a minute. That's me straight out. You can see that hot spot right there. See it? You see it? And there's the sun. I can't even see what I'm pointing at, it's blinding me here. Can you see that? Can you see the hot spot there on the water? Looks 93 million miles away, it certainly does. No, I'm not in Ardrossan, I'm in Largs. I'm down at Largs here. So this is Largs. There's 2 ferries that keep coming back and forth all day to this wee port here, and that island just across there, that's Millport. So you can take the wee ferry across there to Millport and you can cycle around it or whatever. I think there's a few pubs and stuff there. This wasn't really planned, so I've not got anything to say. I'm just sitting here enjoying the sun before I get back on my bike. Just thought it'd be funny to show that real astronaut. Of course it does, grooving through to water kills the globe dead. It's as simple as that. This is the point. People are going to, you know, jump into all sorts of mental gymnastics. Oh, but it does bend, and if you give me a planet in outer space, I can show you. Sing as a song. As I say, I don't want to be lifted. Find my next victim. I'll have a wee look. I'll see if anybody wants to speak to me. I've got some bikers looking at me funny. Maybe they'll come and speak to me. Red Machine Kieran, how you doing, mate? It certainly is. It's been absolutely brilliant yesterday and today, and I think it's to continue into the whole of this week coming. Russell Jimmy's, as I say, I wasn't really planning to interview people, so it's just kind of opportunist. If anybody that looks in my direction as they go by, I'll probably ask them. What time is it here? The time is... It's 26 minutes past 7 PM, obviously. P900 Cool Pics, how you doing? Been watching some of your observations. Sun says 9 PM, I think it's just a wee bit later here. What does bendy water taste like? I don't know. That's the biker gang, they're fucking grumpy bastards. Bikers are grumpy fuckers, to be honest with you. That's why I just cut about on the bike myself, I can't be fucking bothered with them. Exactly, question reality. Cannot prove the globe simply because you cannot prove a lie. It's as simple as that. And that's what I'm trying to say to like the lad that I was speaking to. You know, why are people suspending their everyday practical experience for an image? It's fucking bizarre, you know. But it's just like if they started claiming unicorns were real and they put it in every fucking school and nursery school and told people it, and then started producing images and videos of fucking astronauts and out at Orion's belt riding unicorns, these fucking gullible morons would believe it. That's how sad it is. Anyway, I'm looking to see for some people that are going to come by here. How about you, mate? You ever heard about people questioning the shape of the earth?
Flat earth, isn't it?
Aye. What do you think of it?
Crackpot.
You think of crackpots? Am I a crackpot?
Aye.
This man's telling me I'm a crackpot.
If you think the earth's flat, aye.
How? What makes you think it's round?
I've seen the pictures for you.
Can I turn this round and show them what you're saying?
Aye.
So, I'm a crackpot because I deny the globe.
Aye.
Aye. If I
That's in my opinion.
in your opinion, which you're entitled to, my man.
Yep.
But when I talk about objective reality, you know what that means? I don't mean to condescend.
No.
Objective reality, do you know what that means?
No.
So we've got our subjective interpretations, like what we feel and what we prefer, but we are subject to an actual world that doesn't depend on what we believe and what we think about.
I get
So it is what it is, and that's what real science is about. It's about discovering, you know, what's actually here in the real world. That's how we've got these motorbikes and all that kind of stuff. So when I look at claims that are told to me about the world I'm living in, I always go to real science. That science is about stuff, you know, the materials, the substances of the world. And when I look at that, and I look at the claims that the globe's telling me, it's a lot of shite. So I know that you've got that opinion, but I would maybe just, if I can, just try and change that opinion a wee bit.
No, right, I'll tell you why. Right. For the same reason you've got your opinions and your views,
Right?
I'm entitled to mine.
Of course you are.
And I'm big enough and ugly enough to make my own decisions and
Exactly.
make my own rules, same as you.
Exactly.
Even though I don't think yours is right, but I'm not
Right.
always right either.
So if, as I say, if we go to science and we remove opinions, because objective science is not about an opinion.
Right?
So if I was to ask you, and I'm going to ask you, you believe it's a globe?
Aye.
Give me your reasons why.
I've seen the pictures for the moon in space.
So if I show you pictures of unicorns in space, you're going to believe unicorns are real and they're living in space?
Aye.
You're going to believe me?
No.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So do you not think that they can produce images and video and fuck with the images and videos? Do you not think they're capable of doing that?
Do you know what I think? I'm nowhere near.
You're nowhere in that.
Nah.
But would you think it's important if they were lying to you?
Not really, no.
You don't think it's important?
No.
Just,
See, to be honest, right, I'm very much, see, as long as stuff isn't fucking with my life,
aye,
get on it,
aye.
right, and whether it's flat, round or square,
Yeah.
makes no difference to me.
But what if the culture and the society we live in is a result of these lies? Like the dysfunctional, you know, imbalance that we're living right now, the corruption that outweighs, you know, real lives to these people that are living it up.
This isn't a discussion for larks on a Monday night, what is it? Really?
What,
This is a
what would you normally discuss?
motorbikes.
Motorbikes.
Listen, Debbie's chat to
You
you.
too, my man. Take it easy.
Aye.
See, there's just some people that just don't want to know. Happy slave, that's exactly it. You know, and this again, it comes down to this skewed thing that people have, you know, where their ego takes over and they just look at you because you're not on the TV and you're no Bill Nye the Science Guy, and they think that, you know, we can just spout opinions. They don't even understand. I mean, that guy didn't even understand what objective means. Objective, the difference between objective and subjective. So as you can see, you know, we've got a fucking long way to go in regards to the mentality of some people, because this cult has made people stupid, you know. And I have to admit, I was one of the people. I was just as stupid as them, you know. Just chasing my tail, looking to my own gratification. What can I get for me? I can get a better career, I can get more money, I can look after me, it doesn't really matter, you know. But right setting, different circumstances, I'm pretty sure I could change the guy's opinion. And again, it's not about opinion. We don't spew opinions at each other, and we're trying to, you know, discover what's objectively true and what's not. You know, opinions are fucking useless. Right, that's that MI5 Illumitardi sent him. same as Saturday night. They made the big black clouds come. They'll ask another moron. I might. We'll see who comes by. So, as I say, you can't blame people. Some people are just caught up in their wee delusion, you know, and they're quite settled and they've found a wee niche for themselves. You know, they're content, they've got enough money, they've got a motorbike, you know, they've got a roof over their head, they've got some food in their belly. They don't really care. You know, they don't really care because I don't think they understand the significance, and that's the problem. Ah, fuck them and their dislikes and their thumbs. Who gives a monkey's fuck? I just couldn't care less. They think that's going to affect you. It doesn't affect me at all. I've said it so many times. The sooner these fucking dipshits get that into their thick skull, the better. Right? Thumbs down script. Ah, fuck them. Who cares? I'm gonna sit on this bench and I'm gonna make another smoke. So there's an older guy here, I'll maybe see if he's going to speak to me. I'll make my smoke first, right? So he's just going to need to enjoy the view for 2 minutes just to roll myself a smoke, alright? I'll turn this round so you can see. Alright, sir. Enjoying the weather?
Oh, it's lovely.
Lovely, isn't it?
Oh, it makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Certainly does. Just lifts everybody.
Aye.
Everybody's got energy and get up and go.
Aye, well, for the good weekend, the weather's been quite good.
Aye.
Yesterday was a bit colder, but it wasn't too bad.
Apparently it's to extend right into next week, this week, so.
So, I'll learn with some heat. I've been doing here yesterday.
Aye. I was going to ask you a quick couple of questions.
What's that?
Hold on till I get my fag. I'm live on my YouTube just now.
What?
I'm live on YouTube right now.
Aye.
And I ask people questions. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of
No,
questions?
ask me a couple. Aye.
Can I put you on the camera?
No, I'm not really. I have you one. Aye,
Right,
doesn't
nice
matter.
one. How you doing, mate? I'm Dale.
I'm Andy.
Andy, how you doing, Andy? Do you know what I'm going to ask you, Andy? Do you believe the Earth's a globe?
Believe what?
The Earth's a globe, a round ball.
No.
You don't believe it's a round ball?
I don't really know. I will do so, aye.
You believe it?
I'm a wee bad at hearing.
Oh, you're bad at hearing. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
I know
aye?
what it's saying,
They
aye.
tell us that we live on a round ball.
Ach, I'm not really interested in that.
You're not interested in it?
No, thanks.
No bother, my man.
Okay. I'm not interested in
All
these
right.
things. Okay, see you on
See you
there.
later, mate. See? That happens quite often. And for these people that, oh, you don't film it. You don't film the negativity that you're getting. There you fucking go. There's some negativity. Now what? What do you want to say now? Huh? Right, there's the boat. There it's coming in. Their thumbs down because the fucking cult disciples, the wee religious cults fucking at its panic stations yet again. That's why their thumbs down. Just ignore it. Who gives a fuck how many views and how many thumbs there is? I couldn't care less. Well, we'll see if we get the opportunity to speak to anybody else. I'm going to have this smoke and then I'm going to jump on the bike and head back up the road. Sun's getting lower now. Oh. It's going to disappear behind that bendy water shortly. Gilo 1982, how you doing? Roman Hoax. Beyond imaginary curve. They don't understand the significance of the question, and even worse, they don't care to, exactly. And it's that attitude that allows, you know, the systems that we have in place to breed and perpetuate, and you know, because people are apathetic, people are self-centered, they're selfish, they really don't give a fuck. You know, and is it any wonder we end up in this fucking shit that we're in? You know, when that's the attitude of people. Baron Bronskiewicz, have you still got a high sun there in London, have you? Aye, talk about his hearing and his, the weather and his hearing was 100%, exactly. And I'll get a hearing aid and just use it as an excuse. I can't hear you. If you're talking shite to me, I can't hear you. Fucking hearing aid's not working. Then you don't hurt anybody's feelings. Pragmatic, how you doing, mate? How can anyone turn 360 and see a curve? Exactly. Where am I filming? I'm in Largs, the west coast of Scotland. Gina Farrell. My family is afraid of the truth. They get all freaked out about it. They can't reply or debate the evidence or scripture. Then they say it doesn't matter. Cop out. Well, that's it. You know, as people know, I'm not a religious man, but as far as I'm aware, listening just to other people who study the religious books, it seems to be that many of these religious books are saying pretty much level earth. So it makes you wonder if people are so committed to their religions, you know, that not only are they ignoring their common sense and direct experience of reality, they're ignoring their religious teachings. A wee second. Aye, the hoppy hippie, how can my bike stand up? Aye, exactly, not even a fucking rumble. AB Dale, what do you think about my theory? That is false reality. False matrix is breaking down and they are realising it so people can wake up before it happens. Well, I agree, you know, I've said this many times. If reality is a construct and you agree that it's created, then it's not real. Any construct within any, you know, what you would call natural or whatever, it's no unnatural thing, it's no real. There must be a larger reality out with. So, you know, I don't go with this matrix holograph thing because, you know, you're asking for more control there. And then, oh, well, we can never get outside of this area that we're in because then you would be outside the matrix and you wouldn't live. Oh, that fucking cack, you know. Well, they depict it as digital coding and it looks like a computer program. Yeah, exactly, Darwin. Good. Matrix is a paradigm of thinking. Exactly. And this is the current matrix that we're in. We believe we are fucking hairless, shaved monkeys zipping through the vacuum of space on a fucking big nature-defying testicle. You wanted to meet me someday? Well, people know where I am. People are welcome to come and meet me. You know, people know where I live. They can come to the shed and say hello. Hoppy hippie, next time, man. Next time. I might go live again from this very destination or somewhere else on the west coast. There's a few destinations here. A bike tour around the world will be a bit like the wall of death. Only you're on the outside of it. Come down to Devon, lad, I'm coming. I'll be down south in the very near future. Hopefully I can make some stops and say hello to a few people. Flat Earth Doc, howdy Dale from me and Flat Earth Hippie. We really can get on a live hangout. Well, maybe because I'm doing it on the phone, it's opening up other opportunities. Pragmatic outdoor sessions, mate, better than the shed. Shed isn't getting dissed. It's just I dare you to moan about the Scottish weather. I'm no moaning now, mate. No moaning at all. I will be moaning though, because as soon as it gets back to rain, you get all these daft Scottish folk who go, oh, but we had a good spell. It was sunny for 3 days. And they think it's fucking something to shout about, and we should be grateful for 3 days of fucking sun. Yeah, maybe I'm just a big ungrateful bastard. I need at least 3 months of the fucking sun with no rain. I've had enough of it. Where did the chat go? Cheers, Stuart McKenzie. Cheers, Decoding Truth. Joseph Deluxe, cheers. It's good to know that people would be welcoming. I really appreciate it. 3 nights in a row, what's happening here? You know? Jamie, I'm turning into you. Jamie Brown, I'm turning into you, mate. I'm on every fucking day now. You've got competition in your hands, my man. No, that is a tan. I've not watched the full physicist debate thing. I'm going to get through it. I'm going to get through it when I'm live and have a wee look at it. Yeah, exactly, Rock. 3 months of sun instead of 3 days. We get enough rain in a month to last fucking 3 years, you know? It's a tan or a tattoo. An all over body tan tattoo. Oh, no satellites in the sky. But as soon as I go up that brae and I go into the dip and I'm surrounded by hills, I'll lose the signal. Thank you very much, TLX 2010. Much appreciated. Flatlander, I've been speaking to some people. I'm just busy speaking to you lot right now. I'm going to finish my smoke, I'm going to go and get myself a drink, and I'm going to jump on the bike and head up the road. In fact, you can come with me, I'm going to go and grab a bottle of water or something here. Alright. Better turn this back round. Just need to bear with me a wee second. Excuse me guys, you waiting in this queue? No, you're alright. Just getting a wee drink. Look at he's on YouTube watching me waiting to get a bottle of water. He's a sad. He's all about.
Is that everything for you? Same price, same price, Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice night.
Saddos. Hi, can I have a bottle of water, please? That's it.
That's £1 then, please.
Thank you very much. Right. Product placement. I'm due a sponsor. Only time that water's going to bend is when it's coming out my pisser. Had to buy water, Marie. I always drink my distilled with apple cider vinegar, but I'm on the bike and I didn't want to be carrying it about with me, so. We're at the seaside. I wonder if the seawater's bendy. I will be when I come here as 00 scientist. I will be using said bendy water. Water from the bendy ocean. I'm going to ask them for some demonstrations. Aisha, TC, yes, I'm always serious. Depends what you're talking about. You talking about when I called you sad for watching me buying a bottle of water? No drink my own piss yet. Certainly is Dill who's asking. I'm addicted to it. I can't have my distilled water without the apple cider vinegar now. Right, AB 100 million subscribers. Maybe if I start some more product placement, might get a wee sponsor. Yeah. Then I can disappear, leave yous all at it. Who cares if the Earth's a globe or flat? I don't give a fuck, I've got money. Yeah. Alright, mate. That's Enemies the Mad Scientist on a bike. Yeah, it certainly is. You're reading my mind there. Right, it's saying battery power's low now, so I'm going to call it a day here, I think, people. I really appreciate you joining me. Aye, Mary at sea level, I think more hand gestures. So we need a bit of that with the product placement. They're in proper Illuminati now. Devil horns with product placement. What if I do that? With my Strathmore. Right people, thank you very much. I shall see you all very, very soon. Much appreciated. Thank you for joining me. Fucking hell, been on here for an hour. I only wanted to interview the monkey astronaut for 10 minutes. So how do I stop this fucking thing again? Oh, I think it's that wee X up there. Right people, take it easy. See you very soon.